bucket and we're going to fill it with water up to our ankles. It can be cold or hot water, and it can be any bucket, but after the foot soak, you wouldn't use it for any other purpose besides foot soaking. And with that, we sometimes bring a towel or some paper towels and some salt, so you can any table salt will do. If you don't have table salt, then any kind of salts will be all right today. And then we just put a handful in the water, and then we bring the foot soak bucket to here where we're going to foot soak together. And we will need a towel there. And so as we kind of warm up, we'll start with raising our Kundalini. And so I think we still have a few more minutes, Shweta, right, before we formally begin. Is that right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Um, so what I was saying to everybody was, in this particular class, I'm hoping that people will share their goals in the chat, and then Shweta and I will either address them during the session, or we will talk about it in the Q&A after, or we can talk about it now. Yes, and I'm really happy that somebody mentioned that they want to stop second guessing themselves. So we're going to work on our vibrational awareness and our self-confidence. And that has to do with the heart chakra. And so why don't we hi, Shafayat. Thank you for sharing that you're from Bangladesh. Can everybody hear me fine? Do I need to speak up like in this voice, or could you hear me before when I had a softer voice? Okay, thank you. All right. So I always like to raise my Kundalini a couple of times. So I'm just going to show you for those who are already on, and then we'll do it again. This is raising the Kundalini. I don't know if you can see my hands, but I'm kind of making a circle, and then I'm tying it in a knot above my head. There we go. And then the third one, we're going to tie it in 3 knots. And then we're going to put a bandhan around us like this. And my attention is at the top of my head as I'm doing this. 7 times. Although if you lose count, that is fine. And then we sort of namaste to our spirit there. Thank you. Okay. My name is Lise, for those of you just joining. I'll be your host today. I'm sharing this lesson from Florida in the United States, from Fort Lauderdale area, Pompano Beach. And the topic today, which Rahul picked for me, is world unity. And the reason for that is that in general, what we're trying to achieve through our meditative practice is a situation in which we are adding to the peacefulness of the world, right? Through our meditation, we are peaceful inside, but also we're contributing to world unity. And so that's the topic today. And then we're going to work on this chakra at the top of our head, the Sahasrara chakra, which has to do with unity and integration. So I'm supposed to share every time some memories of Sri Mataji. And for me, this is what I think when I think of Sri Mataji, who traveled to America when I was a young woman. She was helping people get their realization. She was very sweet with children. She was teaching others. And she even visited our houses. This is a picture of Sri Mataji visiting our house in the 1990s. But I wanted to read to you just a memory of somebody. I'm reading from this book. The memories from Danya. And she says this: about her memories of Sri Mataji. I was fortunate to have been born into a family of seekers. My mother, Magda, introduced us all to Sri Mataji in 1980. I was 13 and my brother Caleb was 16 at the time. From our first meeting, Sri Mataji lovingly welcomed us with open arms and acted as if she already knew us all. And she would always smile very sweetly whenever she saw two scruffy teenagers, my brother and me, sitting in the front row of the audience in the Caxton Hall meetings, looking up at her on the podium, our eyes as big as saucers. She had a unique way of putting you at ease and making you feel deeply loved and accepted. She would ask my brother and me about our friends and our studies, sometimes asking our opinion on matters related to seeking, generously weighing up what we said with affirming consideration. And after Sri Mataji had shown us how to clear our own chakras and raise our kundalinis, she soon entrusted the two of us with working on the subtle systems of the newcomers, the new people. Even though we were so new ourselves, she encouraged us to get involved and not just sit passively at the meetings, soaking up the sublime atmosphere. Come on, she would urge, you can come and help me over here. Please check this gentleman's vibrations. So that is the brief memory I wanted to share about Sri Mataji and what it was like when we were young and helping her. And we used to work on people in the audience when they would come to her programs. And so I wanted to encourage you that you are also at a point where even though you are new, you can also work on other people once you learn. So that should be a goal. Okay. And if you have questions about that, thanks for sharing that they're from Colorado. That makes me feel sweet that you engaged in here and that you're talking to us. All right, so the next slide, please, Shweta. All right. So today we're going to talk about clearing the Sahasrara chakra, the one at the top of the head. I think last week we talked about the Agya chakra, Rahul told me. And so you know that the Kundalini will come up through the narrow gate, which is the Agya, and then it will pass through the ego and the superego and come out the top of the head, right? And it looks like a 1,000-petaled lotus, which is what Sahasrara means. And so this chakra is like heaven. When we get to this chakra, we're beyond our ego and superego, and the Kundalini enters into what is called the limbic area of the brain, which is shown in the diagram there, the Brahmarandra, and it enlightens the entire brain. So it can rewrite genes, it can fix any problems in your brain, it can reconfigure your memories, it can solve any problems, but it also, what happens when the Kundalini passes here, it connects us with the all-pervading spirit. And so we're connected with each other as well. And so when we're feeling vibrations, we can feel the collective consciousness through our hands. And that is the blessing of our Sahasrara chakra being open. It is also the chakra of integration. So it integrates all of the chakras below. And so what we need to do, though, is make sure that we can feel this chakra. And to do that, in our foot soak, we will press on that a little bit. So before our foot soak water gets too cold, let's, if you haven't already raised your Kundalini, raise your Kundalini up. And then we will give a bandhan to the foot soak water. Let me show you in a minute. And you can take your socks off, your glasses off. Relax everything. It's okay if your water is cold. I'm taking my socks off. I'm giving my water some, I'm going like this above my water, which is a bandha, to give it some vibrations. Just trying to move the bucket. Okay, so put your feet in the water and we will start our fix-up. And everything's okay. Nothing has to be perfect when we do anything, right? Just so that you're comfortable, you're seated comfortably. And now we're going to put our hands in our lap. And the first thing we do always is we balance, right? Our left and right. So with my left hand on my leg, with the hand up, and we're going to put the right hand to the floor. I think you've probably done this before. It's clearing the left side, the left channel, which runs this way. That's the channel of our memory and our past. And we're going to ask the Kundalini energy, which I call Mother sometimes. Mother, please clear the left channel. Mother, please take away all of the negativity, all of the sadness, all of any kind of trauma I may have had, all the ugliness I have felt in my life, all of my worry, my fear, all of that I let go. I let go and I'm sweeping that into the water. I'm sweeping that down my left channel into the water. And then I'm brushing my left arm and I'm patting my hand and dusting all of the heat from my hand into the foot soak bucket. Okay. And we're breathing and we're breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Okay. So then if you concentrate with your right hand, the right hand is also taking any kind of energy that's out of the left channel and pouring it into Mother Earth, which is pulling all of that heat out of you. So Mother Earth is very loving and loves us very much. So if we're not sitting on the floor, then we can point our hand there. Good. So now we're going to take our right hand, put it back in the lap, and we're going to point our left hand up to the sky. And now this position is how we clear our right channel. So here, with our attention at Sahasrara, we're going to ask Mother Kundalini to please clear our right channel, which carries all of the heat of our busy lives. And the energy will float out of our left hand up into the ether or wash out through the bottom of our feet in the water. Okay. And just feel the power of that. Feel the power of the energies clearing. Okay, now I'm putting both my hands back on my legs with the palms up. And your attention is at the Sahasrara chakra up here. What does that mean, put your attention? See if you can put your attention up there. If you cannot, you can pull your Kundalini up like this. Just brush it up the middle and tap the top of your head so that you know where that is. And then let's just place our hand firmly at the top of our head. There, the palm down, and try to move the skin a little bit. Get used to doing that. And then turn the skin on your top of your head in a circle to the right. Once you have done that, you may do anything during the foot soak you enjoy, or you may follow my instructions. So what I'm feeling from everybody on my hands vibrationally is a little bit of this thumb on the left. So we're going to work on the left Swadhisthana, which is our left hip. Put the right hand on left Swadhisthana, just on your hip there. And the affirmation here is, Mother, please come into my Swadhisthana chakra and give me enlightenment. Please give me purity, pure knowledge, pure, unadulterated, any kind of thought, just the divine knowledge. Shaking off my hands. And I'm feeling the vibrations again in the fingers. And I'm feeling the collective energy. And generally, there's not a lot of catches aside from I'm feeling a little bit of the Agya chakra. So let's work on heart, since that's connected to Sahasrara, and then we'll work on Agya. So for the heart chakra, of course, we take a nice deep breath in to open the lungs. Put our hand firmly on our heart chakra. And ask Mother to come, the Mother energy to come into the heart. Good. Now, if you feel on the left side, you can press on the left side a little more with your fingertips. Give yourself a massage there. Then give yourself a massage up the chest a little bit with your fingers. I'll show you. I'm just pressing here. Give your left vishuddhi a little bit of a massage. Shake out your hand. And then let's go to the Agya chakra. For Agya chakra, we always want to show humility, so we put our head down. And say, I forgive. I forgive everyone. I forgive the whole world. I forgive all of the people. I forgive all of the problems. I forgive myself and all of it. I know I can't control, so I give it all to the divine. Okay, shake out your hand. Hand on the top of your head. A little pressure again. Mother, please open the Sahasrara chakra. Please deepen my self-realization. Now I'd like you to use your fingers and press a little bit on the top of your head. Feel around your Sahasrara. Make sure it's opening. It might be a little sore up there. Just press. You can use oil if you want to. Now I'm raising my Kundalini again. So let's just sit 1 minute in silence to see if we can feel our energy settling. If you feel left or right, you can put your hands in the position to clear left or right. Now put your attention, your whole attention in your Sahasrara. Sometimes your eyes will just cry because the water comes out. Nice. I can feel the energy flowing out. I can feel the silence. So that's good. If you feel like tying up your Kundalini again, you can. I will, just because I enjoy that, but you don't have to. You can feel over your head if you can feel the vibrations over your head to see if the vibrations are coming out as cool breeze or hot breeze. If it's hot, then we haven't forgiven enough. And then try to raise your hands up. For whatever reason, it might be that the nerves in the shoulders need to stretch in order to feel vibrations better. Perfect. I'm really happy that we did that together. I know it took a long time. So what we'll do is we'll rinse off our feet now. I'm going to turn off my video so I can go pour my bucket into the toilet. Okay, I'll be right back. You do too. Okay, I always need to put my socks back on. And during the clearing of the Agya Chakra, my eyes always watered. So thank you, Shweta, thank you so much. I'm so thoughtless I can barely speak, but I will try. The situation is, in reality, once you have your realization, you are more connected to everyone else through vibrations. We are all connected as human beings through our energy, through the electromagnetic field. We're all part and parcel, but when we're connected as especially once we have our connection, then we have a different meaning, and that is that we are unified in our spirit. And that means that if we're angry with each other, as especially the people who practice meditation, it's really not good, because we're basically all one. And so we just need to view each other as spirit, not as humans. We'll view each other as spirit, and we'll just go to the next level with each other. It doesn't matter about our human stuff. What matters is that we are all going to our next level of evolution, and we need to work on the fate of the universe right now, because the world is a big mess and we are in the middle of it, but we're just witnessing, because God will take care of us for sure. And we're just worried about other people, and we're worried about the planet. But through our connection, which is like, a network all over, we're protecting the globe. All of us join together. And this is actually a picture of 6 degrees of separation. But I think of it as the Sahaj network, that we're all important parts. So even if you're in a rural place, like I am in Arkansas, I'm I'm an anchor for vibrations there. And so I fulfill an important situation in that each of us is a beacon where we are of vibrations, if that makes sense. So don't think that wherever, whatever you're doing doesn't matter. You matter a great deal. You are a light socket. Okay. So our next slide, please, Shweta. Okay. So now we're going to watch Mothers Talk. Shweta's going to put that on, and while Shweta's putting that on, I will try to remember what we're learning from this one is, especially she's talking about your importance and your beauty, and the way that human beings are all connected. And so I would like you to think about that. And I think that there's subtitles if it's hard to hear. Thank you. Here it comes.
Today, there are many new people I see again. It's so heartening to see new flowers coming up every day to become the fruits. It's so joy-giving to know that I'm here at the right time, when people are really seeking. They are really seeking to be transformed. They really believe that something has to happen to them. They are aware that there's something lacking in the whole human personality, in the human race, that we can not overcome the hurdles which look and appear absolutely absurd and illogical. So many problems we have individually, socially, politically, economically, appear very clearly. It is so evident to understand that the human fiber is lacking in something. That is the human beings who are responsible for this chaotic world, for all this modern confusion. For God has created a beautiful world, I assure you. It's really a very beautiful world. And He has created you also very beautifully. You all are very beautiful people, extremely beautiful. You cannot feel your beauty, then how can others feel your beauty? Because the light that shows your beauty is not there. You have fragrance, which is the fragrance of all the flowers put together. You are the essence of all the beauties of nature that is created. All the symphonies and all the music that you hear, all the art that you have created has come from you. That is your part. While you are the whole, you are the totality. But you do not feel your totality, that's the problem is. That human beings do not feel their totality. Out of you, all this has come. All this is your creation. But you cannot feel that if your hand has produced something, it's your hand. If your eyes have produced something, these are your eyes. That you are one, that in totality you will know the one who has created you. For example, supposing I do not have eyes, I may be able to see you partly. In the sense I can feel you, but I won't be able to see you fully. If I don't have nose, I won't be able to know how your fragrance is. In the same way, if you think of a human being as a part and parcel of the whole, then you can understand why the total experience is necessary. You have to feel that sitting down here, you can know about somebody in Australia or maybe in Africa. We are very aware mentally. Anything goes wrong in the world, we all become alert and start thinking about it. For example, once the spacecraft was going to land, they were Americans, but Russians that time started worrying about Americans. All the communists forgot about their communism. The democracies forgot about their democracies. We all forgot what we are, so-called. We just became what we are, human beings. Everybody was worried to find that the spacecraft lands. Very carefully, they were watching it. They were about 4 or 5 people. Makes no difference to this world if the 4 or 5 die, does it? But it does make every heart beat faster. Something of the totality is getting lost. It's so important that time that something so precious was getting lost. This is the subtler understanding of totality we have faced sometimes. Sometimes it comes up. To say that we are all one, that we are brothers and sisters and one God has created us, is good to give a lecture like that. And many do that. It's just a big lecture. To feel that you are one, something has to happen. Your heart has to be opened out. Not rationally. Through your brain, if you think something, it will have its limitations, as rationality has its limitation. Your heart has to open up. And what resides in that heart, in the lotus of that heart, is your spirit, is your Atma. And the light of that Atma, the spirit, enlightens you, enlightens your beauty, and gives you collective consciousness. It gives you. It's an actualization. It's a happening that gives you actual personality which can perceive, can feel the collectivity that resides within us. As human beings, we are many cells. There are many cells within us. All the cells are somehow capable of feeling the totality of one personality. Supposing there's a pinprick on my finger, immediately the whole system goes into action and the hand is pulled out. The another hand reaches there, tries to stop the blood. The whole body feels unhappy and you say, or something like that. All the cells are in unison. Whether there is emergency or not. But today we are in the modern times. It's nice to be modern. These are the times promised. Long time back, in the ancient scriptures of India, even William Blake has prophesied about these times to come. That England is going to be the Jerusalem. And here we are at Caxton Hall, trying to build it up. Modern times are the times of great confusion. The confusion comes because there is no integration. For example, if my finger touches some point where it burns, it is pulled out by itself. All the cells know that it should be pulled out. But supposing if it is touching my finger and burning me and I am again pushing it down, that means there is a confusion. And this kind of confusion exists when there is no integration among cells. In the same way, in the human beings, there are different cells, and if they get disturbed and non-integrated or disintegrated, then the confusion starts. When your physical self mental self, emotional self, and spiritual self are not integrated, then there is a confusion in a personality.
Okay. So while we're coming back together, I just wanted to say, do you remember that? I don't know if in your generation it happened, but I remember Apollo 13, and I remember that the astronauts were stuck in space and they were not sure that they were going to survive the splashdown. And then everybody was praying at the same time. So I remember that when we have a world emergency, even during the last hurricane to Florida, I remembered that the whole world will be praying for that to work out. So that I love it that she told that story of everybody praying about the astronauts together all over the world. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is have our massage. I don't know if you have brought your oil or not, but what you do is you just take some oil, put it on your hands, remove any of your jewelry, just rub it in. And then we're going to work on chakra by chakra. We're going to start with the Muladhara. So you just press there at the base of your hand, on your left hand, and rub it a little bit in a clockwise manner. And then you're going to massage your thumb, which is the Swadhisthana. And you can use if you don't have your oil today, you can just work on yourself with the candle, if you know what I'm talking about. Those of you who know, you just light your candle and go up your left channel. This is the Swadhisthana chakra here. We're just gonna sort of pull all of the heat out of it. Then we're gonna go to the Nabi chakra here, this Nabi, the middle finger here. Work all the knuckles. Shake out your hand. Nabi. Around the Navi is the void. Go around like this. Heart chakra is the smallest finger there. Heart chakra, little finger here. Okay. Then Vishuddhi finger, this one. This middle finger, this pointing finger. Above that, Agya. Massage a little bit. Doesn't matter if you have oil or not, you can do a massage. Okay. And the Sahasrara in the middle there, just with your thumb doing the Sahasrara. Just really, really work that as if you were going to a professional massager and they were going to do that whole area, they wouldn't just push the middle, they would do a lot. Okay, now shake out your hands. And if you have a napkin or something, you can wipe off your hands and try to feel the vibrations. We did that kind of quickly because we don't have a lot of time this morning and I want to get to the meditation. And you can, just rub the oil in. So for the meditation, we're going to play a song. We're going to listen to a song. You can meditate quietly for 5 minutes, and then we might have a couple of silent minutes after that. And then whenever Shweta's ready, she can turn that off and we'll end the session. Thank you. Okay, Shweta, whenever you feel like you want to do that. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Lise, for that beautiful guided meditation and the massage. I'm going to play the audio now.
अपनी पनाह में हमें रखना, सीखे हमने राह पर चलना। ओ अपनी पनाह में हमें रखना, सीखे हमने राह पर चलना। काम क्रोध लोभ मोह मात्सर और अहंकार से हमको बचाना। काम क्रोध लोभ मोह मात्सर और अहंकार से हमको बचाना। माया में गिर जाओ न माता, माया में गिर जाओ न माता, अनन्य भक्ति दे सहज बनाना। ओ अपनी निगाह में हमें रखना, सीखे हमने राह पर चलना। अपनी पनाह में हमें रखना, सीखे हमने राह पर चलना। क्षमावान कोई तुझसे नहीं माँ, हे परमेश्वरी हे शुभकारी। क्षमावान कोई तुझसे नहीं माँ, हे परमेश्वरी हे शुभकारी। ज्ञान कर्मा भक्ति दे देवी, ज्ञान कर्मा भक्ति दे देवी, माँ चरणों में अक्षय पद देना। करुणा की छाव में हमें रखना, सीखे हमने राह पर चलना। ओ अपनी पनाह में हमें रखना, सीखे हमने राह पर चलना। सीखे हमने राह पर चलना, सीखे हमने राह पर चलना।
Hope everyone has enjoyed the blissful silence. We will turn it down over to Lise again.
All right, everybody, I'm not going to interrupt your silence. You can just raise our Kundalini. Have a blissful day. You're very loved. We'll see you next week. If you want
Thank
to
you.
just hang on, then we'll be here for a few minutes. Thanks.
Thank you, Lise.
Jai Shri
It was a
Mataji. Thank
blissful
you.
session.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita.
Shall we all take a bandhan before we wrap up?
Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you for this beautiful meditation session. Sister Lise.
Thank you for your presence and thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you for the beautiful vibrations. Your
Yes.
beautiful week ahead.
Thanks, Samir.
Are you taking questions?
Yes, sure. Thank you. Go ahead.
I really loved that last music, and to me it's unusual. I'm used to real classical or like kirtan or something, but that was so nice. It's kind of modern. It's very spiritual feeling. Is there more? Is there a lot of that out there if I look for it?
Especially, why don't you try Nikki Wells? This is her name is on the screen. You can Google that. She has a lot of beautiful songs, and then from there you'll she's particularly practicing Sahaja Yoga, so I picked her. But
Yeah.
there are other spiritual ones, but you can always look for Sahaja Yoga music, you know?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Because we feel like that has vibrations.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I appreciate when you have us like move our bodies or do things to our bodies and feel our bodies and stretch our bodies, because I feel like of the meditations I've done in my life, this really is supreme for getting at the soma and stuff that's stuck in the subtle system and the soma. And it's just such a pleasure. And there's plenty of meditations where you're supposed to sit stock still the whole time. And that has its benefits, absolutely. But there's also a joy to this when you do it like this. So I just want to appreciate that very much, how you do
Yes.
that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mira.
I think we have another question. Yeah, Surya.
Sorry.
Yes, I was wondering if you can email me the recording.
Sorry, I think we try to do this, yes, afterwards. Always.
Awesome.
Are you in that WhatsApp group?
Yes.
Okay, so that's where they always share the recording afterwards if there is one, and if
Oh,
not,
I see.
the
Okay.
PowerPoint with the links.
Thank you
That's
very
right.
much. That was
Yeah.
beautiful.
All right. Thank you. Anything else, anybody?
I just have a quick question. I almost don't want to speak because I'm in such a state of meditation, but I notice that continuously in meditation, I get some really interesting and nice experiences. So today, whenever you were telling us to raise our Kundalini, at the point that we were in meditation, whenever I raised mine, I could really feel the energy today. And it was almost like overwhelming, like dizzying. Is that normal? And then whenever Abunda, I could just feel the energy each time I went over, like just really a heavy presence of just so much energy.
Right. Well, I'm not sure that it's always going to be dizzying, but sometimes when the energy shifts around in our mind or in our body, it does give us that feeling of, ooh, and so hopefully that'll calm down, but I'm glad that you could feel it. That's what we were supposed to do today. We were supposed to get uh, one more level of awareness of it. So that's excellent. Thank you for sharing that. Glad.
Thank you.
Mm, yeah. Is there anything else? Anybody? Okay. Well, thank you all today. We love you very much. Come back next week. Have a lovely week. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Thank you,
Okay.
everyone, for joining. And thank you, Lise, for the blissful session. It was amazing, start to finish. Looking
All right.
forward to the next session with you.
Awesome. Thank you, Shweta. Bye-bye now, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.